highly pathogenic avian influenza continues to ravage poultry barns and grocery store aisles across the country. I take a closer look in this week's Agweek cover story. The spread of HPAI began in 2022 in the United States, when it was brought over by a movement of wild birds, primarily from Europe and Asia. Due to the constant movement of wild birds, the virus cannot just be eradicated.
Trying to do with stamping out is we're removing those susceptible hosts so that we can prevent the spread of infection to those other birds. And we're removing them even if they're not infected, because when they're in close contact, we don't have any way to stop the infection from flowing to them.
HPAI used to spread more throughout the fall and spring months due to bird migration, but that is no longer the case.
But what we're seeing now, with the addition both of a source in cattle and probably sources in other peri-domestic animals and mammals like skunks, raccoons, pigeons, starlings, that we're seeing more or less of a seasonality. So we all were shocked here in Minnesota when we had a high PathAI case in January.
Some people believe grocery stores are making an immense profit since the price of eggs has gone up. But that couldn't be farther from the truth for rural grocery stores in North Dakota.
They're actually making a small margin now, 4%. I think one of them said, well, that's a very small margin. Rural grocery stores they're in a stressful situation right now. The state of North Dakota, the legislature is working on programs to help. We have food deserts already in the state, and if things don't turn around, we will probably have more, because the pressure on these rural stores is pretty intense.
If the price of eggs is too high for some, there are some swaps for eggs that can be done when in the kitchen.
Maybe the most interesting one that's been getting a lot of news lately is aquafaba, and that's actually the liquid around beans and other pulse foods such as chickpeas, which are also garbanzo beans, and you can substitute pretty much about a quarter cup for 1 egg.
You can read more in the next Agweek magazine or at agweek.com. Thanks for watching Agweek TV on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday.